My name is Gav Strange and I am a designer and director for Aardman Animations. My dad is an amazing drawer. I remember being a kid and just asking him to draw stuff. I was sort of fascinated that he could just do this from scratch. I was excited by Virtua Fighter and Sonic the Hedgehog, and I started realising that there's a world where people make those things. That is a job. There's that saying that you can be creative but learn to be technical, but you can't be technical and learn to be creative. I think that's false. It just needs people to tune into it, to be given the confidence. I think actually people are inherently creative. They're just sort of educated out of it, and I think with a little bit of fine tuning, everyone can sort of find their creative voice. I didn't go to university. I got a job as a junior graphic designer. I was skipping down the streets. I couldn't believe that not only was I getting to do this as a job, me, was getting some money for it. I did lots of different things, but one thing I do remember is making an interactive CD-ROM for a gas company. That was my first late night as well, because I was like, I'm going to prove myself. I have my sketchbook. I quite like not taking it too seriously because obviously there's time constraints and sometimes that can overwhelm you, but it's sort of managing that, just knowing that, well, that's how it works, that's how it feels. You know, you're going to feel frustrated, you're going to feel confused, you're going to feel at a loss at times, but you'll always come through it. If you're trying to explain your idea to someone else, you'll find yourself tailoring it as well, which tells you something about your idea. It tells you a direction that you're trying to go on. Oh, let it all out. Oh, let it all out. Yeah, I don't think I have or will ever have a perfect thought in my entire life. If you kind of wait for something to be perfect, then you might be waiting forever. Trying to be disciplined. Why are you on Instagram? Get off it, just do the work. But also on the flip side to that, to be realistic, just tune in, just trying to tune in to go, okay, you know, you're really not giving it your most. Why is that? And then try and address that. Everyone feels like a fraud, don't they? You've only got so much energy. It's trying to sort of focus that on not worrying about, am I a fraud? But actually, kind of, if you do feel like that, then do stuff and make stuff to prove yourself. It's knowing what the reward is at the end of it. It's that satisfaction that you did it, keeping one eye on that. That's where the good stuff lies. He's both, isn't he? I think he's just crazy, that one. Brooke is amazing. She must have been told she was bonkers and crazy, but not in a good way, for a really long time in her career. I'm fascinated by this. To do work, you fall into a category. At what point do you start doing that a bit strangely? You start doing that a little bit different, and people are like, what are they doing? That's not how you do this thing. If they were a famous creative person, that would become their style. Where's the transition point between people just thinking you're wrong and people thinking you're a crazy genius for doing it differently? I just like to be a cosmic entity. This thing in space, just observing. I mean, it's either that or a dog, isn't it, really? Filled with stuff, toys, posters, drum kit in the corner, massive screens, everything connected. Yeah, just stuff, input overload. I think it is making the work, not waiting to be asked. Do it and it might be terrible, then you just do it again and make it slightly better. If you're getting into the industry, then you know they'll just look at your body of work. Just make the stuff. Ta-da. Isn't he beautiful?